everyone, welcome back to my channel. This vlog is special because it is the start of my Italy vlog series. So this will be 2 days in Venice, and once you arrive in Venice you can buy a water ferry ticket right by the baggage claim. It's 15 euros. It is more expensive than the bus, but it is so worth it. So you'll simply follow all the signage towards where the ferries are located. It is a little bit of a walk, I'd say maybe about like 10 minutes. And then once you arrive there, there are individuals working to help you figure out which line is meant for you, because there's a bunch of different ferries going to different locations. So make sure you buy the correct ferry ticket. And I highly recommend this. I love boat rides, and this is just a great way to start your trip. It was super easy, stress-free, and it's so fun to see Venice just slowly getting closer and closer. And it's also kind of like your first mini like canal ride, because the gondolas in Venice are very expensive. So I would say that if you're looking for a little ride through the canals, this is a great alternative. Hello! So we just arrived in Venice. So excited. We had a red eye overnight and we just dropped our bags off at our Airbnb, which is kind of like more of a hotel vibe. There's a ton of different rooms and stuff. And sorry it's so loud. There's the canal right there, and like this train station is right over there. But we are so hungry and so tired. So we're heading over to a random restaurant that we found. And I also just downloaded my eSIM, but it says that it's activating. It doesn't say that it's activated yet, so I can't use it yet. I don't know why. I looked it up and it says that that's because it says I'm not in the country yet, so we're just gonna wait a bit and hopefully it will activate so I can use it. But thankfully Brennan, who is my travel partner once again, he downloaded Google Maps. So thankfully we have Google Maps downloaded, so we can have our directions to the restaurant. But yeah, it was so easy to get here. Highly recommend taking the boat over from the airport and not taking the bus. It was only what, like 15 euros each, compared to like 8 euros for the bus. So like the bus is cheaper, but way better experience, as you would have seen in some clips. Like you already got to like come in with like the skyline of Venice in the back, like in front of you. And it's just such a great way to start your trip, opposed to being on a hot bus slammed with a bunch of people, because our boat was like not even half full. So it was great. You could kind of move around. Yeah, it was great. Very hot. We had a change of clothes, and yeah, we got our water bottles so we don't die out here. We gotta stay hydrated, and we're basically just gonna go get some food, potentially drink. And also Brennan and I were talking about, for this Italy trip, I think we will both be drinking alcohol, because we have stopped drinking alcohol for health purposes. And you know what, we were just like, you know,
when in Rome,
one in Italy. We're gonna say every single city we go to, we're like, one in Venice, one in Verona. But seriously, this is such a once in a lifetime kind of trip, and Italy is known for their red wine, so of course, how could I say no? I love red wine. Also, this alley looks so janky, but like the train is right there. We're just walking right beside the train station, because our Airbnb was like way back at the front, so we have to walk towards everything. Which, I mean, one positive is it wasn't that far to get to from our boat, which was really nice. Didn't have to lug our stuff around too much. But yeah, we are just gonna get some food and enjoy the scenery and explore, and maybe see a few different highlights.
yeah.
But then we're gonna run back to our Airbnb to check into our room and have a shower, and then we'll head out again for the night and probably crash, because we both slept like, how long did you sleep? Maybe like 2 hours?
Yeah, 3, 4.
He's so optimistic. Maybe 3, 4. I took sleeping pills from my doctor that I had from my Vietnam trip earlier this year, and those knocked me out. I think I don't remember really much of the flight. I was so out of it. I was so out of it. It was perfect. So anyway, we're just gonna get some food now. Okay, official full day in Italy. Hair is curled. We'll see if that actually lasts because it is extremely humid out. And it just rained a shit ton this morning in Venice, and thank God we actually slept through it and we missed everything. So as soon as we woke up, it was just spitting, but now it stopped raining. So we're gonna head out, walk all the way across Venice to Doge. Did I say that right?
I think so.
The museum. I don't know. I'll put up the name underneath. I'm definitely saying it wrong. We're walking over there. We're also going to get coffee, find a cafe, and I'll take you along with me. We're going to do a lot of other things. Gondola. This is our last full day in Venice. Mind the dirtiness in the background. This is our Airbnb. But yeah, we have a dress, sneakers, of course, and we got the purse with the zipper on the front, because I am a little worried about pickpocketers, but I think we'll be okay. And yeah, zippers on the front because you don't want them to unzip it in the back. And then I got it over my shoulder so no one can like grab it off of me. I'm just gonna hold it in the front. And yeah, we're gonna get some cute pics in this new dress that I got from Aritzia. So we're feeling good. We're gonna head out now.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart beats slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am born? I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. If I could take you back to my youth and show you what I wish I knew. My will is strong with a place to live. In the moment I hung desperately, the other ring on my wrist is gold. pairing with the light it holds. When I return from my skin and bone, I'm remembering the words you told me. Wait, hold on, we'll be together. Take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, we'll be together. Take me back where I belong.
So we just made it into Doge's palace, which I was talking about this morning, and they close at 6 o'clock and it's 4:30. So we have about an hour and a half to look around. We definitely recommend buying tickets in advance. We tried to online, but for some reason they wouldn't book, so we had to wait in like, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe 20 minutes, but here we are. So worth the wait. It's stunning, and there's a terrace, which we're gonna go up soon. I can't get over the views.
I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone.
Okay, so that is a wrap on Venice. We stayed there for 2 nights and I absolutely loved it. So for some background, this is my first time ever in Italy, ever in Europe actually. So this was the first city that I've ever been to in Europe and I absolutely loved it. The narrow streets, the canals, it was all amazing. We stayed there for 2 nights and I personally feel like that was enough time. After 2 nights, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I've seen everything that I wanted to see and it was kind of a really busy, crazy place with all, especially with the narrow streets that I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of want to leave, go to the next place. And I wasn't a huge fan of our Airbnb, so that was another reason I also wanted to leave. The bed was very comfortable and the air conditioning was great and it was clean, so I mean, no complaints there. Just location wise, it wasn't ideal. We had to do a ton of walking, so we were located right by the train station. And I actually got a good video of our Airbnb as we were leaving because we're in Verona now. You can see it exactly right on the water, right by the train station. So it's about maybe like a 30-ish minute walk to the main sites, which I will say ends up being longer because it's narrow streets. Everyone's walking slow, everyone's looking at things, they're stopping, you get stuck. So definitely take into account some more time because when we were leaving Venice, we were kind of speed walking to get to our train because we slept in, we checked out late, and the day before we actually didn't have enough time to do Doge, I don't know if I'm saying that right again, but the main palace area, we didn't have enough time to do that and the main church because the church closes at 5:15 p.m. and then the Doge closes at 6 p.m. and we were there at like 4:30. So we're like, okay, which place do we want to prioritize? And we ended up prioritizing the Doge Palace the first day. And then by the time we got out, the church was already closed. So then we ended up the next day, this morning actually, going back to go to the church and we did the balcony, which was 7 extra euros. It was 3 euros to go into the church and it was actually 30 euros to go into Doge's palace, which highly recommend. I did not realize when you go into the palace, you go through the bridge of signs or like the bridge of tears that takes you over to the prison section. So that was insane. That was so cool. When we were in it, I was like, holy, this is the bridge that we were just taking pictures in front of. So that was really cool. I will say, definitely beware of pickpocketers. I had a bunch of people kind of getting close to me trying to see what brand my purse was and kind of just like staring a lot and like trying to see. But I had a purse that I had around my shoulder and then the zipper was right in front and there weren't any little pockets. So if someone was going to steal it, they'd have to literally like grab it and take it off of me. So definitely be aware of that. Like have backpacks on front. I feel like if you've been to Europe, you know the drill. I was just more on edge since this is my first time in Europe and everyone always like warns you about that. But yeah, highly recommend Venice. If you're on the edge of like, should we go to Venice? Should we not go to Venice? Definitely add it to your list. I will say it's my first place I've been to in Europe, so I don't have anything to compare it to other than places in like North America and the Caribbean and Vietnam, the one place in Asia I've been. So out of like my expectations, I would say they were exceeded for the sights and everything. I loved it. The food was amazing. Definitely try to go to restaurants not near the main attractions and don't try to go to places that have pictures because if they have pictures of the food, then they're definitely geared towards the tourists. So try and go to places that don't have pictures of the food and honestly just look up reviews on Google Maps. And yeah, I think that's all the tips I have. I'll put a link to our Airbnb that we stayed at below. Again, it was honestly the most affordable spot I could find for looking very last minute and with air conditioning and a king size bed. And location was still decent. It wasn't terrible. And if you actually have more time in the main area, then you won't have to like walk back and forth as much as we did. It's just the first day after we landed, we ended up sleeping for a crazy amount of time. We slept from like 6 p.m. till 11 a.m. the next day. I think the jet lag just totally knocked us out, and I also took a sleeping pill on the plane, so I think that just was still in my system, just knocked me out, and we were just pretty tired. So we got a late start to the day, so that's why we didn't do everything at once. But I highly recommend, like I said before, you have to go. And now we're in Verona. We just took the train right from Venice to Verona, and so stay tuned for the next video on Verona. And it was only a 2.5-hour train ride, so stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one where we're in Verona. Bye guys.